Alright, hello everyone, and well, we got some interesting news. This is both exciting, but at the same time, well, I have some things to say about it. So if you haven't been paying attention lately, there was an actual credible leak as to the next wave of LEGO Jurassic Park sets. And this is important because there have been a couple of fake leaks for what's coming next, and I knew they were BS, so I didn't even I don't even know if I made the videos on them, I can't even remember, but if I did, it was probably just to say that they were fake. But these ones actually seem legit. They seem to actually come from a verifiable source that might have just actually leaked them early, rather than the other ones which came from, I don't know, a book of fairy tales from someone's desk. Like, they didn't have any verifiable sources, they were just obviously made up. You could tell that just from looking at them and analyzing them yourself. But these ones seem like they actually might be legit, and that's why I want to talk about them. Because if they are legit, there's some things to talk about here, and even if they aren't, well, I mean, it can at least tell us some expectations to have for future, you know, at least tell LEGO what we want. So let's just get to it. So yeah, it's also going to be the fact that this is the Jurassic Park 30th anniversary, which is exciting, because that means it's going to be all classic Jurassic Park sets. So here's hoping that, you know, maybe 4 years down the line they can do a Lost World collection, you know? Because that movie deserves some attention too. A man can dream, you know? So let's just analyze this. So there's supposedly 5 sets. This one has a typo, and yeah. So we have one is the not this isn't the Dilophosaurus, this is the Dilophosaurus. No, the Dilophosaurus ambush, the Velociraptor escape, search for the Triceratops, discovery of the Brachiosaurus, very exciting, and the Visitor Center T-Rex attack, which is something I'm gonna have to talk about. So the Dilophosaurus attack, $20. This is a cheap set. It's probably only going to contain the Nedry's Jeep. Nedry himself, a Dilophosaurus, and crossed fingers that they give us a little like jungle piece, like a tiny little piece of like jungle like scenery with the East Dock sign. Because the only thing my custom made Jurassic Park like Lego the Dilophosaurus attack, my Lego Dilophosaurus attack set, the only thing it's missing is an East Dock sign. I have a little like sort of thing of it, but that's just a sign I built to represent it because I don't have the ability to make it myself. So here's hoping that LEGO gives us an East Dock sign, you know? Because that would be really cool, and I think it would look really nice. It could be a sticker if you want, LEGO, just please give us the East Dock sign. It's not much to ask for, please. Crossed fingers. But yeah, so that's probably going to be something small, not too big. Really minuscule set. It's just a car, a dino, and maybe crossed fingers as an East Dock sign. Maybe like a little fence to crash through. Sorry for yawning, but I just woke up. I really haven't been sleeping well the past few days, so I got like 9 hours of sleep last night. So I'm still yawning after waking up. So anyways, next up is the Velociraptor escape for $35. Now, this is exciting because it means we might get Muldoon. And I don't think I need this. I think this is kind of obvious. Muldoon's probably my favorite character from that movie. Same thing as Roland Tembo is from The Lost World. I just like that kind of character. So to know that we're going to get a Velociraptor escape means we're probably going to get Muldoon. Now at $35, that means we're not getting the full Raptor pen. We might get like the little containment box that the Velociraptor was in, or some minuscule $35 barely looks like it version of the Raptor pen. But at the very least, we'll get Muldoon. And I already have a Spaz, little custom-made Lego Spaz shotgun, to give him when he, releases. So I can get rid of the dumb dart gun they're going to give him because Lego can't show anything violent, of course. And hopefully they also, I'm going to say this, like, they have the Velociraptor model. We've seen it in the that one set that was released. I forget the name of it. I can look up and I can see it up on my shelf. But the Velociraptor design was kind of just 2 different colors of brown, rather than the really cool designs we got in the Lego game. So hopefully they give us like maybe a little bit more HD design, maybe a little bit better with a little more detail on the Raptor. You know, with some splashes of gray rather than just brown, but we'll see. If it's the same one, it's not like it's bad. It's just that I kind of wish to make a little bit more advanced version. Alright, and the next up is Discovery of the Triceratops, which, Lego, please don't make the mistake that everyone does. The Triceratops is not brown. It is a bluish gray. Can we please get a bluish gray Triceratops? Please? Please? They're probably gonna go with brown, but whatever. And it's $50, which I'm kind of interested to see what that has. A $50 set is usually more substantial, but that scene has nothing but a Ford Explorer, a Triceratops, and some people, unless they're looking to build a pile of poop. We'll see what that is. Honestly, like, I genuinely don't know what that could be, so surprise me, Lego. The discovery of the Brachiosaurus. This is exciting. The Brachiosaurus. We're finally gonna get the Brachiosaurus now at $80. Let's analyze this. If this is gonna be a fully custom modeled Brachiosaurus, like fully custom molded, then that $80 price tag is gonna be $50 or even $60 go to the Brachiosaurus. Like, let's just be real right now. It's gonna be most of the price, and then the other $20 will cover one Jeep. Like, maybe two if we're lucky, because they have like 2 Jeeps in the scene. Maybe we can get Gennaro. Maybe we can get Gennaro in this set, because it's not like he'll fit anywhere else, and they didn't give him in the T-Rex attack, so... in that T-Rex attack we just got in the last wave. So maybe we'll get Gennaro finally. That'd be interesting. Either way, the Brachiosaurus is a thing I am very nervous about. Now, I need to tell... if no Lego isn't listening, but Lego... we need to have a heart-to-heart right now. If this Brachiosaurus comes out and it uses like the Triceratops body and legs, or God forbid you use the Indoraptor again, we are gonna have some fucking problems. Do not reuse anything that we have so far for the Brachiosaurus. This better be fully custom molded, because nothing you have already made fits a Brachiosaurus in either shape or size. I better be able to stand this thing on my desk, and it better be as tall as my head is, because the Brachiosaurus to a minifigure is ginormous. I guess I could also say that maybe they'll make it like partially brick built, and then it's me versus Lego again for MOCs, and I still haven't even finished my Rexy instructions, because my desk is a mess right now. I was doing a bunch of cleaning up for Thanksgiving and never really finished, so I don't really have room for it right now. We'll skip that for later. Just to say that when I do a comparison, I can guarantee my T-Rex is going to be better than the Legos. My Brachiosaurus is a little outdated, and I definitely think I need to redo it, but I bet I could do better than Lego. I did better than them with my T-Rex, and I can do it again. But if it is molded, then it better be fully custom. Custom legs, custom body, custom neck, custom head. Everything. None of this Therizinosaurus crap that we got in the Dominion wave, especially since it seems like all the other ones are redos. We already have the Dilophosaurus, we already have the Velociraptor, we already have the Triceratops, we already have the T-Rex. The only custom mold from this wave that we see so far is the Brachiosaurus, which means that their entire extremely limited custom mold budget should be spent exclusively on the Brachiosaurus. So this is on Lego. The ball's in your court right now, Lego. You need to pull a win out here, because after the very disappointing and lazy showing from Dominion's line, you have to redeem yourself. And this right here, that's how you do it. Don't mess it up. I am very nervous about that. This right here is going to be the deal breaker for me, is to see what this ends up. If it is a brick built, then it better be good. And if it's a mold, it better be custom, because this Brachiosaurus is going to be the most important set from this wave. I'm just saying it right now. And that's because of this Visitor Center T-Rex attack. This is the only one where the price is where I am most nervous. People are excited. Oh, it's the Visitor Center. We're finally getting the Visitor Center. Except it's $120. Now, I don't think I need to remind everyone that $120 doesn't get you a lot. Look at the Lockwood Manor set. Look at the Indominus Rex breakout from the original Jurassic World wave. Look at any of the $120 sets. The Therizinosaurus versus Giganotosaurus set is more than $120. Look at the skeletal builds on those things. I'm sorry to crush everyone's dreams, but unless these prices are placeholders, we're not getting the visitor center. We're getting the atrium, and just the atrium. Then a T-Rex, and a Velociraptor, and I at least hope that they would have the T-Rex and Alamosaurus skeleton, and yes, it is an Alamosaurus, if you didn't know that. It is, in the visitor center, the two skeletons of the sauropod, and the carnivore is a T-Rex and an Alamosaurus. So hopefully we at least get those skeletons, and at least, hopefully they put the bricks into a good place, and they actually use them effectively to recreate the visitor center atrium. I mean, there were a substantial amount of bricks in that Lockwood Manor set. It's pretty tall, it looks pretty good. So hopefully, like the Lockwood Manor set, they budget their bricks accordingly, and they give us an actual, decent representation of the visitor center atrium with the skeletons, because if it's $120, that's the best I can hope for. Unless these are placeholder prices, and that turns out to be $200, because $200 gets you a lot of bricks. I mean, all of the Lego at Creator Expert line come for $200, and they have enough bricks. I feel like you could actually create a decent visitor center, like the one we saw in Lego Ideas. Actually, give me one sec. Sorry about that, I forgot to pull up the listings here. So this is what you could expect for $200. This right here, this you could get for $200. You could get something this amazing, but for $120, I very highly doubt we would get something this fantastic. For $120, you get something more like this, which isn't bad. I mean, if we could get a good image of the back, you can see that. I mean, if you've had the set, you know what I'm talking about. Like, it's not bad on the inside. They've managed to cram in enough detail to make it cool, like the bed you can hide under, and these little dioramas, and the Triceratops skeleton head that's supposed to be right there. But it's not this. And we could tell that. Actually, did the guy ever say how many bricks this thing had? Pieces 2,623. 1,019. This is what I'm talking about. This has twice, pretty much twice the bricks. And I'd actually be curious to see, give me a sec. I'm gonna Google. How much do Lego Creator Expert sets come from? I spelled that wrong. Let's look at this. 2,262. So, I mean, it's a little bit more. Maybe more like 220. But, yeah, I mean, this... If you actually looked at something like that... Wow. That was, more expensive, so, yeah. Yeah. 2,300. So, yeah, these $200 sets are actually in pretty much the perfect piece count. Yeah, there it is. Look, 2,569. So, yeah, that is actually exactly how much you would get. So, yes. So for that price of $120, I'm sorry to burst everyone's dreams, but this is not what we're going to be getting. We're not going to be getting a full visitor center. We are going to be getting a Lockwood Manor type of set. It's going to be more a facade of the atrium rather than the visitor center itself as a whole. So yeah, I hate to be the downer here, but I don't think I'm a downer. I think I'm trying to bring everyone's expectations into reality. If this isn't a placeholder price, then that is exactly what we should be expecting, not a full visitor center. I'm just being reasonable here, everyone. As much, and I mean as much, as I would, give this set, if they made it, an 11 out of 10, it would be the most perfect and amazing thing to sit on my shelf. This price, we are not getting a visitor center. Just saying. Actually, you know what we could get? We could get an exact copy of the Lockwood Manor, where it's literally just this front-facing thing, with those same two stands out the back, with two buildable skeletons of a dinosaur. I'm trying to think of what it would be, because it's clearly not going to be the full visitor center. You know? I don't know. I don't like having to kind of crush everyone's dreams here, but it is. You have to bring your expectations in line with the price that is listed, and that's what I'm trying to do here, is temper expectations, because at that price it's really just not gonna happen. Overall, I am cautious but optimistic for this wave. The officer attack will be pretty basic. I can just take whatever cool things they have and add it to my what's going to be far superior custom Nedry's attack set. The Velociraptor escape is clearly just going to give us Muldoon, which will be perfect for when I want to build the raptor pen. The search for the Triceratops, have no idea what that's going to be for $50 because those usually contain a little more substantial builds and there's nothing substantial in that scene. The discovery of the Brachiosaurus, well, if it's either going to be all the cost is going to go to the Brachiosaurus, whether it's molded or made of bricks. So it's just going to be like a car and a Brachiosaurus. And the Visitor Center attack, well, it will be cool. It's clearly just going to be a facade of a visitor center and not the full visitor center itself. Like, just saying that because it's important to get expectations set to like ground level rather than in the sky, especially with a price like that. Also for the T-Rex, can we please get the classic like Rexy model that we got for the original Jurassic World Wave? Because that was clearly the best looking for Rexy, especially for going to classic Jurassic Park. Whatever the other ones we've gotten with Fallen Kingdom and Dominion, those won't work. Don't do that. I also want to say that. Don't do those ones. Those ones don't look like Rexy. Rexy is the classic Jurassic World Waves T-Rex attack set. Actually, I should probably just pull that up, shouldn't I? Yeah, this one. This is the T-Rex we need. Not this, and not this. Don't do those two. Do this one. This one. Look. This is the Rex model. It already exists. Lego. Don't pull a Giganotosaurus where you could have easily given us a much better option that already exists. If you're gonna give us a remodel, make sure it looks closer to this. If you're gonna give us a new repaint, make sure it looks like this. Because this one was and still is the best iteration of Rexy we've ever gotten. Almost forgot to mention that. So yeah, that is my reading of these sets. Now, 5 sets might not be everything, but there might be. I mean, I'm hoping there's a direct. I mean, actually, you know, that is a good point. We might get more sets because who knows? Maybe we'll see that this is the visitor center set for, you know, the regular release at $120 because that's their pricing models to go up to about $120 for the most expensive sets. But it seems like they've started moving towards having at least one super expensive set every once in a while. We got, what was it, the direct consumer giant Jurassic Park gate that looked really cool. That was like $200. That was really cool. I still have that on my shelf. It was one of the coolest things they made. Like the actually, I'm gonna look that up too. Like Jurassic Park, T-Rex Rampage. There's a T-Rex Breakout. They operate under similar names. Yeah, this one, the 3,000 pieces. This one was rad. Yeah, this one. That one. If we got like, that's what I'm kind of hoping for, is that they come out with like an adult set like this, one of the like a direct-to-consumer or something, or like the that one set that came out with the last wave that was the T-Rex Breakout that was the best of the entire wave. So maybe we can have these 5 be for the standard release. Then we can have maybe a couple extra releases to be some additional sets, maybe based on some other Jurassic Park movies, or just a big, expensive $200 set that is just the visitor center as a thing, or maybe even $300. Like, just go all out. Give us one big visitor center. If they're going to be doing a 30th anniversary celebration, this is the time to do it. And if this isn't going to be a $200 actual representation of visitor center, then give the people like us, the adults who are willing to put a nest egg away for next year's Lego, like every Lego fan probably should for their favorite collections, then give us something substantial. You have the talent, and clearly there are some people that only seem to come out and do their best work when the main studio heads aren't looking, because like the movie waves tend to be worse than the smaller waves that come in between. We all saw that amazing line that came out before the Camp Cretaceous wave. Like, there was nothing but talent on display there. And I'm kind of hoping that those guys get brought back. They manage to pull sets that are just as amazing for their price point, and we get one really good adult set. That's wishful thinking, but we'll see what happens. At the end of the day, be optimistic, but be cautious. Because you can't have expectations set to the moon right now, especially at these price points. They could be placeholders because they're clearly not meant to be fully listed yet, but we will see as time progresses, as more information is released, what we are actually going to be seeing come June. And that is also the last thing I forgot to mention, that these are said to be coming out in June, which would make sense because I'm pretty sure the original Jurassic Park released in June as well, which would just, I mean, it released at the same time as the movie, right? That's one last fact I'm going to really quickly search up. Make sure I'm not wrong about that. The release date of the original Jurassic Park. Feels like a fact that I should know off the top of my head, but we will see. Was it in June? Yeah, June 9th. Thank goodness. I'm not a fake Jurassic Park fan. I knew at least the month that the original Jurassic Park released in. So yeah, these are said to be releasing in June, and that gives us a good, I mean, it's just the end of November right now. It gives us a good 7 months before, before these sets release. So we'll just have to wait for more information in the future.